Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be having a look at Bitcoin. Before we jump into the TA, I'd just like to say if you're enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and why not leave us some feedback down below. Let us know what your thoughts are on the current situation. Okay, so let's jump into what we were looking for. So yesterday we were talking about the potential of having an extension within this fifth wave. So it is still possible that we could actually be looking for an additional leg to the upside here for this fourth and this fifth wave to the upside. There's two ways we can look at this. We can look at this potentially as completing in here, and actually what we're doing is forming this white fourth wave. And what I want to see is this get a bit bigger. If it does move a bit more to the side, or we get more complex within this move and potentially look to push down a bit lower into this range shown here by this gray box, this 20,817. So we're in sort of the top end of this, which is possible for it to complete as a fourth wave within this zone. But I'd really want to see it come down a bit deeper here. If this is the case and what we are looking for is a completed third wave into this high point, some possible target areas if we're looking for a deeper retracement would be this 19,467 to this 18,822. So this is a zone that we could look to pull back into if this move does progress and get a bit deeper. However, we also need to bear in mind, like I said, that there's a potential we're still extending within these waves, and we're still within this third wave. So this is the zone that I'm currently scoping out for this fourth wave retracement. So this move in here, it is possible that we could look at this potentially as a triangle playing out. We wouldn't have enough confirmation yet, but we could see something like this, where we have this is an A wave, and basically I'm going to mark this up. So this is an A wave, a B wave. Now this would be a C wave, so it is possible this C wave could get a bit more complex than these other two waves, and what we could actually see is something play out like this, where we get a double zigzag here, where we get a zigzag here as a A, or actually to be a W, so we'd have to look at this as a W. Then the potential to come up for an X wave, and then looking to push down for that Y wave. So it is possible that we get this as an ABC into here. Then we look to retrace to the upside here. I would expect to come up a bit higher for an X wave, but it is possible that it could complete lower down here and then just progress to the downside. Though if we're looking at this as a triangle, we wouldn't want to drop below this 20,225. If we drop below that, effectively what we could get is a different move where we just have this as an A, B, and then we're potentially looking for that C wave to the downside. So if that C wave does come in, somewhere I might look to see if we find support would be around this 19,920 zone. Though if we took a fib off of this level here, our 1-to-1 would be here at this 20,169. So it'd be interesting to see whether we form this triangle within here. So this could move like this slightly, these trend lines. We just need to give it a bit of time. With a triangle, we only get confirmation on this D wave touch point. So only once we have this D wave can we actually confirm or whether we have a triangle here. But even then, we've still got to look for this E wave to the downside, because sometimes what we can get is within this move, which sort of tricks us into believing it's a triangle. We can get this as an A wave. Then we can get a three-wave move that looks something like this: an A, a B, and a C or a WXY, whichever one you want to put in there. It would actually be a WXY, because otherwise it would be a five-wave move in the end. So you can sometimes get like a WXY connector, and then can still look to break down, and then this just becomes an A, a B, and a C wave. So we need to give it a bit of time. Within this, though, if we do get this triangle, like I said, we wouldn't want to break above this B wave high or break below this A wave low. From this current position, if we just check this box area, we'd have to go from this low point here. So it's still within the zone. It's adjusted slightly. I'll move this up if I can grab the right one. Here we go. So basically within this, what we'd be looking for is moving up towards this 1.618, which is this 21,919, and between this and this 21,508. That would be an area we could look to actually move up into if we do get this fifth wave play out. So that would be looking at this potentially as a triangle. That would be a zone we could actually look to target into. I need to caution everyone though, we need to just be aware that there can also be further extension within this 5-wave move. So we need to wait for that confirmation of this bigger 4th wave move. We did talk briefly about this channel line, which could potentially come into play. So this could be an area we look to actually complete in. And when we're talking about this as a potential extension within this 5th wave here, it is possible that we move up into this 21,913 to this 21,506, where we look at this as a 1, 2, 3, and then we have this extension here. So it is also possible to count this as a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we actually still within the 3rd wave of a 3rd wave. So we just need to be careful. We want to see this breakdown starting to take out some of these 4th wave lows, so that we can get more confirmation in that. We still have the potential for a bigger 5-wave move here, but currently we don't have that. We haven't crossed this 21,480, which is this high point here either. So we just need to give it a bit of time, because if we don't manage to break above this whole move could just be a corrective structure still, and we could still look to break down. Obviously on that breakdown, then what we'd be looking for is whether we can hold this 16,256 and this low point over here of this 15,476. Failing to hold these 2 points would actually indicate to me that we are actually starting to break down deeper, and we are going to potentially look to move down and complete this either as a diagonal still, or potentially as just a regular 5-wave move. Because we haven't moved back above this high point, we can't invalidate the fact that we can actually still look at this potentially as a 1-2 situation, and then we're looking to break down for that 3rd wave. So we need to give it a bit more time, need to see how it reacts. If we do get this still moving around in this zone here, it's possible we could get a triangle situation play out here, and then we look for that 5th wave, and then we could look for confirmation of pulling back for this white wave 4. So we'd want to see, like I said, we'd want to be a bigger move. This, if it develops as a triangle, we could argue could be this 4th wave connected here. So we'll have to keep an eye on it to see whether we get an additional 4th, or if this 4th wave is actually playing out right now. So looking at this move here, we can also argue that we could be starting to break down here, and the way that we could be looking at that is for that A, B, and a C wave for a deeper decline. So if that's the case, what we could be looking for is something like this, where we look at this as an A, a B, and we're looking for that C wave push to the downside. So if this is going to play out as a C wave, we'd have to argue that this is 1, 2, and then we've got forming an additional 1, 2 here. If this is wave 1, we could be looking for that wave 2 to the upside, and what we'd be looking for effectively with this kind of a move is we would have to be moving, we'd want to move back up into this 50%, which is this 20,810, towards this 20,959 zone. Basically, that would be the area we'd be wanting to target out with that, and we'd be looking at that as potentially an A, B, and a C. So this 618 comes in at this 20,871. So if we do push up in an ABC here, so a 3-wave move, and we fail to form anything bigger to the upside, it is possible a 1-to-1 would take us up to that 50% zone. So we could see a little bit more of a push up here, and then looking to break to the downside. So we got to give it a bit of time. Like I said, we can get there's a few options at the moment. So if we do get a deeper move to the downside here, what I'd be looking for, what have I done there? What I'd be looking for is the fact that we have, like I said, the potential of this 1-2 situation playing out, and confirmation of that would actually come by dropping down off of the current structure. It would become by dropping down past 19,666. If we did move higher, potentially testing these high points here, we could be looking towards that 20,000 zone as a confirmation of this 3rd wave, which would then make us have to look at either, then we could argue that potentially we've had a truncation. Either we've had a truncation in here, and actually this is a 5-wave move, where we look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Alternatively, we can still count it as an ABC. So we just need to give it a bit of time. If we have had a truncation here, then it is possible that we could be starting this 4th wave from this point. We need more more confirmation that this isn't over, because until we take this low point here, this could also just become a 1-2, and then we could look for a move to the upside in further extension. It is looking to be some, the possibility is that it is a triangle here, but we don't have enough confirmation. If we did have to move to the upside, what I would be looking at for confirmation or for this current price action here. So if we start to move away here, where we can argue that this is a 1-2, then we have a 1-2, and then we're starting to progress, we'd really want to see a move past this 22,202 for confirmation, and then we'd have to look at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then looking for that fifth wave to the upside like that. I do think that there's potential for this to come down a little bit more, but we'll have to see whether we can manage to hold these high points, these swing highs here, or whether we actually break back above them. If we start to break back above them, this would be my initial target area, but then we'd be looking for that 1.618 extension to the upside to see whether we have further extension up here. This channel line, like I said, could be an interesting area, sitting at around this 22,500. If we do push up higher, effectively this could then look to be a zone we might look for a rejection. So we just got to give it a bit of time. Okay, so I'm going to leave the video there. I hope everyone found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video, and why not leave us some feedback down below. Also in the description below, you'll find a link to Discord. Why not come join? It's free to join. You can come in there, mention a member of staff. We'll be happy to help you out with anything you may need. Also in the description below, there's an affiliate link for BYBIT. This is the exchange that we use. It is a great exchange. It's the one that, like I said, we use when we're doing our trading, whether that's spot or leverage. It really is great. It's got great tools within it. So why not check it out if you don't have an account already. Okay, so we're going to leave it there. Hope everyone has a great day. See you in the next one.